Welcome back to Morning Sun Homestead. We've got fresh snow from last night and the temperature is 9 degrees, but it's a wonderful day to be outside taking in the crisp, fresh air, and the sky is so beautiful blue. But once we get done playing, our first thing is to hit the kitchen for some good old-fashioned hot chocolate and graham crackers. We've previously put on our videos of how to make hot chocolate mix, so if you see the description below, the link will be in that for that. But once we get to looking at graham crackers from the store, they are full of bad ingredients such as oils and bioengineered food ingredients that we don't want to put in our bodies, let alone feed our children. So we've decided to make our own. Basic ingredients that you'll have in your kitchen: whole wheat flour, all-purpose flour, sugar, we use cane sugar, and also the whole wheat flour, we have ground that so it's fresh, but you most certainly can buy this from the store. We have extra virgin olive oil, cinnamon and salt, 1 egg, 3 tablespoons of milk. We're going to use between 2 and 3. And the last thing is honey. Now this is store-bought honey that someone had given us for Christmas, and rather than waste it, we are going to use it when we cook. We don't try to use that in any of our teas or if we're taking it in any sort of medicinal purposes because all the enzymes are dead in it. So it's kind of a dead food. We're just going to use it as a sweetener. So that's what we're going to do with the honey. And of course you need a bowl and a spoon. Let's get started. We'll start by adding all the dry ingredients. So that will be our flours, all-purpose and the ground wheat or whole wheat, our sugar, pure cane sugar, and our cinnamon and salt. We're going to mix this well. We're going to beat our 1 egg in the bowl that's separate before we add it to our dry ingredients. Once it's well beaten, we're going to put it in our ingredients. To that, we're also going to add our oil and our honey. I have found that anytime I have oil and honey in the same recipe, if I put my oil in the same container that my honey is going to be in first and put it in a different container once it's measured out, that it works really well about getting the honey out. You can see how clean that container is. It all came, because honey is definitely hard to get out of the container once it's put in there if you don't have some sort of base under it. We're going to lightly combine this once we have it where it's slightly combined but not completely. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of milk. We have 3 in here, but we're going to start with 2. Oh, actually we only have 2. So we'll probably have to get a little bit more. We need between 2 and 3. Now we want to knead with our hands since we have a fairly stiff dough. We did end up just using 2 tablespoons of milk instead of the 3, but it all depends on your dough. Your flour. You can use up to 3. So we're just going to knead it here for a few minutes. Then we're going to roll it out, and I'm going to put it through the pasta cutter and to help me get it thin. And then we're going to cut it with a pizza cutter. You want to lightly flour your surface before we begin to try to roll this out because it is a sticky dough. Then we're going to roll it. You can also roll this by hand with just a rolling pin. You do not have to have the pasta roller. It rolls out really easy, and then you could cut it. But I'm going to put it through there to try to get it as thin as possible because with any crackers, the thinner makes it more crispy. We also have a lot of different videos on how to make saltine crackers, Ritz crackers, Cheez-Its. We've also made sourdough cinnamon crunch cereal, regular cinnamon crunch cereal. So you want to check those out. They are all very healthy snacks for on the go or at home. And it would just be better for your family's health overall if they're able to eat stuff that you prepare in your kitchen. So now we're going to take this to the pasta roller. Once we put it on the pasta roller, this dough was too wet for that. So we just decided to re-roll it, which we did. We've got it very thin, and now we're going to cut it. You can cut it into 2-inch squares. You can cut it in whatever design you like. We're just going to cut it like we normally do with everything. You could also cut off these raggedy edges, and you could re-roll and make perfect squares or whatever shape you desire to do. But I can't draw very good straight lines, so mine's always off. We're going to do this, and then we're going to transfer them to a cookie sheet that we have lined with parchment paper. If you don't have parchment paper, you could lightly grease your cookie sheet, but don't over grease. Once we get them cut, we want to prick them with a fork. And you just need to do 3 pricks, is what I'm going to do because of the size. You may only need to do 1. You may need to do more. I use a spatula, wooden spatula, to help me get these up because they are sticky. That's why you want to lightly flour your rolling surface. And then they don't scrunch together. We need to leave a little bit of space between them, and we'll fill our cookie sheet. Once we have our crackers, we need to preheat our oven at 350 once we have our crackers cut out and on the sheet. Now we can brush them with milk, and they can be sprinkled with cinnamon and sugar. We're just going to sprinkle ours with some cinnamon because that's how we like them. You could really put anything on them that you wanted to. Once your oven has become preheated at 350 degrees, we're going to pop these in the middle. Remember, it's like any kind of cracker or cereal that you do. You want your rack to be in the middle so your heat is more evenly distributed. We're going to bake them for 15 to 20 minutes. They've baked for about 12 minutes, so we didn't go the full 15. And they've come out, they look really nice. We hope you enjoyed this video and that you'll be able to make healthy graham crackers in your own kitchen for your family as well. If you enjoy this video, subscribe to our channel. Have a great day.